Hi everyone, welcome to another video of our review series with successful business practitioners. The objective of this interview is to interact with business analysts who have successfully cleared one of the toughest exams of is CBAP. CBAP stands for Certified Business Analysis Professional, and it tests your knowledge in all business analysis. And this exam is conducted by IIBA, which is National Institute of Business. So today we have Vaibhav amongst us, and we will be listening to his journey, his CBAP journey, in his own words. Um, and he was able to clear this exam by sheer determination and sheer hard work. So let's begin with the interview. Hi, Vaibhav.
Yeah, hi. A very good evening, Nitin.
Hi, Vaibhav. So I'm Nitin, and I will be your host for this particular interview on behalf of Techcanvass. So, Vaibhav, before we begin with the interview, let's understand your background first. So, if you can tell
Yeah,
us about that.
sure. So my name is Vaibhav Makkar. I am a computer science engineer by profession and also an MBA in finance from NMIMS, Nasi Monjay Institute of Management Studies, NMIMS University in Mumbai. I have 6+ years of experience working with multiple investment banks and financial services firms in pertaining to different roles related to business analysis, financial risk management, and even middle office operations like product control, etc. And I'm really passionate about business analysis in general. And on a personal front, I also like reading literature.
Yeah. And when did you appear
That's
for
about
CBAP
me. Yeah, on
certification?
20th of August, 2022. Yeah.
And when did you decide that you will be going for CBAP? That this is the certificate which I want to do. So when that thought came to your mind?
Yeah. So I decided that CBAP is ultimately the gold standard for the BA certifications which we have, right? So you need to have a certain certification which gives credibility to your profile, right? So CBAP is one such certification out there in the market which really differentiates you. It gives you the tools and techniques, the knowledge which is actually required in the industry as far as business analysis is concerned. And for my level of experience which I have, I think CBAP was better suited for my profile. That's why I went for CBAP after 5+ years of experience. I never thought of any other certification which is lesser than the level of CBAP could be. And I also had a mindset that this is the certification which even would add value to my profile. So that's why I decided to go for the CBAP certification of IIBA.
How was life after that?
Life is pretty good. It gives you actually the recognition and visibility which is required in the industry, right? So we all are business analysts. We all do our day-to-day BAU tasks and responsibilities. So what is the different thing which we are doing which is differentiating us from the rest? And how are we bringing those techniques, those knowledge which we are learning in our day-to-day tasks and responsibilities? So in that way, CBAP has really helped, and life changes. Life, pretty much goes the same. It's just that your perspective and your views towards how you look at things change, right? And you try to like do things in a unique way. You try to better your things which you are doing on the day-to-day tasks which you are doing, and you try to apply the techniques which you learn in your CBAP journey, like all those techniques in the BABOK. You try to link with your day-to-day tasks and responsibilities, then try to improve the things which are there going on. So in that way, it really helps. Life is pretty much the same, but as far as skill sets is concerned, it is increased, and which gives credibility and that recognition and visibility required in the industry right now.
Agree with you, Weber. If you're not able to apply that theoretical knowledge in your day-to-day work, then that knowledge is of no good. So agree,
Right.
completely agree with you. And how was your preparation? I mean, how long did it take you to prepare for this exam? How were you able to manage it with your day-to-day job, your personal life as well as your professional life? Because this is kind of an exam which might take a long time to prepare.
Yeah. So for me, it took around 3 months to prepare, including the training period. But there is no hard and fast rule that you need to give your exam in such a duration in time, right? Every person has their unique strengths. Some people may take longer, some people may do it even in a single month. So you should focus on your strengths and areas to prepare and when to schedule the examination. So for me, it was a 3 months journey, and I at least 100 hours apart from the training hours, which is provided by the prep provider. For me, say Techcanvass in this case. And from wherever you are preparing, you need to have a dedicated self-study time, solving questions, understanding the concepts of the BABOK, reading, revising, revision, doing revision of the guides, and then like solving different set of questions which are of the same difficulty level of which you are appearing the certification level. So in that way, it really helps when you go in that direction.
Okay, and how was Tech Canvas helpful in this 3 months journey? What role did Tech Canvas play in your preparation?
Yeah, so Tech Canvas was actually very helpful. Even the presentations given by the trainer and the learning management system, which is in place of the Tech Canvas, is very helpful.
Mm.
It's very user friendly. We have warm up questions. There are mock questions. There are case studies which are actually required for the CBAP, right? So all of those set of information which is provided by the portal of the Tech Canvas is very useful. I can proudly say that the difficulty level of the CBAP matched with the mock exams provided by the Tech Canvas. So in that way, you can understand how important it is to have a very good prep provider and a very good question bank. And Tech Canvas is one such institute which has a very good exhaustive set of questions. I think there are close to 1,200 questions. When I enrolled, uh, I got access to those set of questions. And not you may not get the same questions in your exam. Of course, you will not get, but you may get similar set of questions of the similar understanding level. Like if I'm solving a particular case study on a particular knowledge area, I should be able to apply that concept in a different industry. Like I have read a case
Which is
study
really
about retail
important.
industry, similarly I may concept in other industries also. So in that way, it is very important to have a very good prep provider in place. You need to have a very good prep provider in place. Like if I talk about different knowledge areas of the BABOK, like if I talk about say stakeholder engagement, I should be able to clearly click like this is a part of BAPM, business analysis, planning and monitoring. What is the tool? RACI matrix. So everything should come like a fluid in your mind. So that happens when you have a very good set of material with you, when you have revision properly. And for that, I really want to thank Tech Canvas.
Thank you so much, Vaibhav. Any challenges which you feel you want to share with us, so that our audience are also aware that yeah, this is something which can come up in my preparation as well, and how I should deal with it. This is something which
Of
I can
course,
deal.
the challenge, yeah, the challenge itself, the challenge is the preparation itself. Nothing to be specific. It's the preparation journey itself is very challenging. You are working, you are a working professional, managing studies along with your job is itself a challenge. Like your weekends are spent studying rather than going out. Most of the times you are attending training sessions, you are solving questions rather than watching movies. So for those 2 3 months, it becomes a very challenging aspect. And whenever see we have done our college up like 5 6 years back, a few years back, and going back to that study momentum itself is a challenge. Like we have given 3 hour college days in our school, but we are not used to giving that exams these days. We are working in a corporate setup. We are not used to that environment. So getting back to that student life again, maybe for a few months, maybe it's itself a challenge. Managing your work along with your studies is a challenge, and entire preparation itself is a challenge. To be honest, this is one such professional certification exam where there are no direct questions asked. So every question itself is is a case study or a scenario, and there are application of concepts. So it becomes very challenging to have that particular level of understanding and have that level of rigor along with your work. So
Yeah.
in itself, preparation itself is a challenge, I can say
I
that.
can I can certainly relate to that, Vaibhav. When it comes to writing certification, we have to think twice about that, how to manage the entire routine, which is already set for us. So that is the biggest challenge, I would say. Completely agree with you on that part. Any tips which you want to share before we close this interview with our viewers or audience? Any preparation tips which they can follow?
Of course. So you should make Babok your friend. Like it should be your best friend till the time you clear your certification. Of course, it should be after that, but those that particular duration is very crucial. And to be honest, Babok is a very dry book. It is literally boring, and it you may read a few pages and you may get sleep after that. And to make things interesting, you need to solve a lot of questions. That's why I mentioned question bank is very important. Not just for CBAP, any professional certification which you do in life, you need to have a question bank in place, and you need to not just rote learning or the memorization of the Babok. And I don't think anyone can just mug up the Babok 500 pages. I think 500 plus pages of the Babok. It's inhuman to do that. You you should understand the concepts rather than memorization of Babok terms and the Babok language. And you should try to solve more case studies. And IIBA exams are very challenging in a way that you have four questions in a question set, and two of the answers will be very similar to each other. It becomes very difficult to segregate uh, the right answer from the wrong. Two answers will be, say, two, you eliminate two answers. You have two choices which are very similar. Make you, if even if you don't know the answer, make an educated guess and move on. And you don't spend more than 2 minutes per question, because there is no negative marking. The maximum that can happen is the answer would be incorrect, but you cannot leave an answer blank. Even if you don't know an answer, make an educated guess and move on. So this is one such thing. And never try to answer from your real life perspective. This is the one such advice which I also heard from many people, which also worked for me. You should always answer from the Babok perspective. There are chances that Babok gives you a solution or an implementation approach which may not be done in your real life. Like in real life, we try to use shortcuts. We try to may we may miss out on the actual implementation approach which the Babok specifies. So Babok terminologies you should be very familiar with, and try to use the techniques and try to see how the Babok is explaining things. What is the best approach which can be used in a particular case? So there would be caselets, there would be situations. Say as a business analyst, what would you do in this particular case? Which technique would you use? So there is a chance that many techniques would be correct in a particular scenario. So you try to think that as per Babok perspective, what could be the correct answer here, rather than what I do in my real life, in my day-to-day tasks, in my day-to-day jobs and responsibilities which I have. So and always keep a watch on the time. I think 3.5 is a very good amount of time. The exam can be completed well less than 3 hours as well, but the initial few questions would be very difficult. And don't get bogged down by those set of questions. They are deliberately put in place so that you become nervous, and you may not concentrate with your full efforts. And there would be numerical questions as well, so do practice them. I see a lot of candidates do not practice those numerical set of questions. There would be ROI calculations, there would be weighted average method of calculations. So and you cannot use that physical calculator. So you should get a habit of using that on screen calculator. So whatever way you're giving an exam, whether it's a CBAP or BAcareer, they're at a in a remote environment, you should get used to that environment and try to solve mocks to have that exam. Say I have an exam at 4 p.m. Try to solve mocks and that particular this is one such tip and trick. Take well enough rest. Take a day off from work, which is what I also did. Take 1 or 2 days off from work, and say you give exam on Sunday. Take Thursday off or a few days off so that you get a few days at a stretch. And one day before the exam, don't study anything new. Take good sleep and have a light food and just go for the exam. That's it. And one last advice is never attempt the exam too early. Say when you are giving the mocks, you may score less than 50% also. So try to improve your level, try to do more practice, and always attempt the exam when you are scoring 70% plus in your mocks. Otherwise, a lot of you may risk losing your money also. You may have to pay the exam fees again, go through all that process again, which is very cumbersome. So it's better to prepare well and then attempt and clear it in first attempt when you are actually confident that you can actually go for the examination.
And
And that's it.
continuous and continuous reading, I would say continuous reading is also really important. As we can see, Vaibhav loves to read in his background. I can see so many books. So, so
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. That's fine. But yeah, but Babok is literally very boring. I can say that. So you need to have that revision guide also. And question bank is the key. Babok, read once or twice, then start solving questions directly. Say read one particular knowledge area, solve questions. Read another knowledge area, solve questions. Then after that, and you should have your notes also, like such that you concise them. Like for every knowledge area, 1 page, 6 pages, 6 knowledge areas. So 500 pages of Babok, you condense it to 6 pages, and till the end you should only have 1 page of all the 6 knowledge areas. So say 1 or 2 hours before the exam you are just reading one single page. So you should have that level of preparation that if I give you one knowledge area, you can elaborate it in say 500 words, and you can also condense the same information in a single page, so that you can actually revise it better in a very short amount of time and solve a lot of questions, and you will be through. This is not a very difficult examination per se if you have done a lot of practice.
Yeah, those were really insightful tips, Vaibhav. Thank you for sharing those tips, and thanks a lot to by talking to us. It was great interacting with you. Um,
Oh,
so, and all the best for your future.
thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Nitin. Thank you. Have a good day.